Joining us now is retired U.S. Marshal Matthew Fogg. Marshal, thanks so much for joining us, sir. We appreciate you sharing your expertise with us, which is really important right now. Let's start with this. So I watched the video many times. You probably have too. And I heard the officers say that they tried to put him in the cruiser, but they were unable to put them in the cruiser. Does that explain what they did then by holding him down in the way that they did? Can you make us understand that or make sense of that for us?
Right. Well, Rick, I've been to the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center in Glencoe, Georgia. I've trained with law enforcement officers around the country. I've been on the job for 30 years. There's no place in our training where it allows you to take your knee and put it on somebody's neck like that. You can subdue them, you can hold them down, but to put your knee on their neck the way this guy did, this officer did, and the man is saying, "I can't breathe." It takes me back to Eric Gardner in New York. He was saying, "I can't breathe." And the guy used a chokehold that was outlawed by the police department. This particular, this thing that he did, putting his knee on the neck, there's nothing we have that allows that. So we right there, he was wrong. But then the fact that the man is saying, "I can't breathe." You know what really bothers me in this, Rick, is that the other officers stood around and watched this.
Yeah.
They knew. I could actually see the body language of the one officer standing next to him. Like he wanted to tell him, "Man, let up, let up." But he didn't say it because he didn't want other people to feel like they were weak. So no, there's nothing in our training that allows that. And what happens is it just simply shows a disregard for life, for procedures, how we should be doing things. And what happens is a lot of times these officers get on the job, they forget all the training, and the old saying is, forget all that training, this is how we do it here.
I have two questions left for you. The first one is, explain to us what they should have done. Okay, you have a large suspect, maybe he's physical, as a lot of people are. You can't get him into the cruiser. What are you supposed to do then?
You hold him down like they were doing, and you try to talk to the subject. This wasn't like it was somebody that had a gun on them or something. Sometimes you're going to have to, you got to have some type of conversation and sort of mitigate the circumstance down to where the person gets up. If you watch when he got out the vehicle, he did get out the car. It was never like the man was really, resisting police from the way we could see.
So the problem is the knee on the neck. That you're saying having him down is not a problem. Putting your knee on his neck for 5 minutes, that's the problem.
When he's saying, "I cannot breathe," when the moment he started saying, "I can't breathe," the officer should have let his knee up off of his neck, should have backed away. He kept saying, to the point that where the man kept saying, "I can't breathe." Now, even if they say for some reason or another that the particular death wasn't because his throat was crushed or something, this was still behavior that is nothing less than an assault, and it should be an aggravated assault, and the police should have charged these officers right away, because in a command and control environment, the only way you're going to keep control is you have to have swift action. It doesn't mean necessarily they're going to be convicted, which they should be, but the bottom line is there should be swift action. Okay. They should have been charged immediately.
But there is, I mean, considering the history of these types of things, this is swift action. Right. Within hours, they were fired. Within less than a half hour, the police chief called the FBI and told them to investigate. And now it looks like the incident is moving on. This is different than other cases we've seen, though, isn't it, Marshal?
Well, I don't know if I can say it's different, because like I said, New York reminded me of the same thing. The case in Baltimore where the man was saying he was injured and the officers kept right on doing it. What we're seeing over and over again in these cases where people tell you they're being hurt, you're hurting me, and the officers don't care. So I think what happens here is that's what everybody's looking at. The man told him many times, "I can't breathe, you're hurting me," and the officer just didn't care. He kept right on doing what he did.
Excellent conversation. Thanks for your expertise. Thanks for sharing that information with us. We appreciate it, Marshal.
Thank you.